Welcome back to another episode of Baby Ethan. Today we're going to be talking about an adventure that we took out to Moab. Basically it was just a day trip. We didn't really get up to much. We went to Arches National Park, one of my personal favorites, and got to take a lot of cool pictures. I had the F5, the IcoFlex, and a 35mm rangefinder with me. I'm going to do a video on that camera later, so don't want to really spoil it. But I was able to shoot with Portra 400, Cinestill 800T, and then a new film that I never tried before, which was a Post-Stan 100. It's from Lomography. When you live in Utah, you get really used to the red rocks and how beautiful they actually are. So it was kind of fun to go and do a film-centered trip because it kind of changed the way that I see the rocks and the formations. I never know if I should be jokey or not. So we got in the car, we drove down to Moab, and it was kind of cloudy, which for some reason whenever we go down there it is. I always want to try some astrophotography, but it's always too cloudy there. So as we were driving down, I was a little disappointed with how cloudy it was, but it did give us some really nice lighting when we first got there for some of these shots that you'll see. And as the day was going, the sun started setting, we were getting ready to head back. We were just hit with the most beautiful sunset ever. So, I know what you're thinking, Cinestill 800T during the day? What are you thinking? And it's actually something that I've been playing with and really loving lately. The way that it captures the blue sky is so beautiful in my opinion. I love that color blue. And the color, I want to say the color fidelity, I don't really even know what that means, but it sounds right, is so perfect, and it really did a good job. Of course, Portra 400, you're able to get those beautiful pastel colors. You can't really go wrong with it. I thought that the shots from Portra were wonderful, but I'm really starting to love the 800T during the day, and it's not something that I see a whole lot. The halations only really appear when you're shooting directly at a light source, I found. So it made it really nice to be able to learn how to control them more. I don't really know. I didn't know before how to control them, and so it was really nice to get to learn that film stock a little more. Which brings us to landscapes. I feel really drawn to landscapes for photography. However, painting, I've never been very good at painting landscapes. I don't really know what it is. I admire a lot of landscape painters, and I think if you do it right, it looks so beautiful. But just something about capturing the landscape a little more closely to how our eye sees it, I think is really beautiful, and it's what I'm really loving right now. So I wouldn't call myself like a landscape photographer by any means, but it's something I want to learn and get better at. And I think compositionally, it's where I'm drawn to most right now. So gonna play into that a little more. I've also been wanting to get more into wildlife, of course. You need longer lenses for that. So we'll see if we can get this channel going. Hopefully invest in something a little longer and start doing that. On film would be so beautiful. Something that I just love about film is how much it translates to the loose and painterly feel. I know a lot of people talk about that, but it's just where it's a little more romanticized than real life, and film really leans into that. And I think when you have like these fierce animals that are usually like shot super sharply, it's kind of hard to paint from them because every detail's there and you're capturing like the essence of this animal and its voice. However, unless you're doing like realism, you kind of want more of like the feeling instead of every little detail. In my mind, it works really well. I don't know a lot of people that do serious wildlife work on film, so it would be something to try out, and I'm really excited for that in the future. But this video is definitely about landscape, and so pretty. The clouds started breaking right when the sun was going down, and it just like created this beautiful landscape. And we got some golden hour light, which, if I know anything, number one rule of shooting colors is have beautiful light for them. So it was awesome how it worked out. One shot I want to talk about is I took this one, even though I knew that the light wasn't where I wanted it. And then I ended up waiting around and reshooting it and got this composition. It's a little bit different because I wanted not the exact same picture, but you can just see how being patient really changed how the landscape appeared. And it really taught me a lesson of learning how to wait more for the right shot, and sometimes sacrificing a little bit of time and just waiting until the light hits perfectly. Gosh, it's really worth it. That being said, you don't want to wait around too much, so I don't know, it's always something you got to be careful with, I guess. If you're being too patient and not seizing the moment when the light is right, or if you're waiting too long. Yeah, it started snowing on the way back. I couldn't believe that. We got caught in this blizzard, and it made getting home really slowly. But as we were driving through, I think it's Price Canyon, or maybe it's Spanish Fork Canyon. On the way there and then also on the way back, I was really just falling in love with the idea of spending a lot of time in these canyons, spending a lot more time than I have. And so it prompted the next video, which I'll be posting here shortly. And gosh, just with the road interacting with this natural environment, as we were driving through, I was saying to my wife, it's so cool how you have the red rock against the green foliage, and like, I can't believe nature uses a complementary palette like that. And she's like, Ethan, we got the complementary palettes and colors that we have from observing nature. And it's something I never really thought about before. Like, it's so easy to think that we've developed so many ideas of color and composition and how to really look at things, when all of this was made for us to enjoy. And like, I don't know, just capturing pieces of the world, of time, is really beautiful. I was thinking about how painting and photography relate, and I think that painting is so beautiful because you're taking a moment and then you're transferring that through the skills of using your hands and pigments to create an image. And that image can be anything, but it's abstracted from real life. Even if it's realism, it's not actually real, and that's like the beauty of realism, is that someone was able to create this thing. It looks live, but it's not, right? It's on whatever they've done that on. And so cameras, they abstract time in a different way. It's just taking somebody's viewpoint, so whatever their lens is, how they're looking at the world in a second, or a fraction of a second, or maybe many seconds stacked up together. And I think that's what photography does. It's just the abstraction of time at a specific, it's the abstraction of time at a person's specific view with how they're choosing to view the world at that time. Basically what lens they have on their camera and what format they're capturing the image in. We all experience life differently. We all have different ways of seeing the world, different ways that we've learned to see the world or been taught. And how you choose to abstract those experiences and then share them with the world is really what art's all about. And I think it's just so important, especially everything that's going on in the world right now, to find beauty, to make beauty, and to seek beautiful things. I don't know how to solve all of the problems in the world, but if you can take something, a moment in time, and you can abstract that into something beautiful that brightens somebody's day, brings a smile to their face, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's why we do it, all of this art stuff. So that's going to be my goal right now, is to just make as much beauty as I can, get it out into the world. I've been getting a lot more like views and likes than I ever thought that I would, at least this early on, and already have like over 5 subscribers, which is crazy. So thank you guys all. I really enjoyed doing this. Hope to be able to make more and more of these videos and to bring some light to this world. Yeah, as you can see, I've been going on a painting journey lately with oil paints. I want to get back to some watercolors. I haven't done those in a while. So, but you know me, I just love jumping around to different things. So we'll see where that goes. And I just want to say thanks for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed the images, and I hope they were able to bring you some peace, and that you can enjoy the beauty of our world for just a little bit and try to forget about what's going on out there. And yeah, that's all I want to say. Thanks so much for watching, and today's going to be a great day.